Hello and welcome. My name is Profe Reynaldo, Professor Reynolds, and I will be your Spanish instructor for this summer semester. I want to do a quick tour of our class. We do have a few things that may still change a little bit as we approach the beginning of the semester, but for the most part, the course is basically put together, so I just kind of want to show you how it's put together and what to expect as far as homework and where to find different things. So we've got our homepage. We've got some basic information on the homepage, an explanation of what a Web Live class is, how to join our Web Live or virtual classroom, and internet and computer recommendations, and then if you still have questions, a place where you can pose those. All right. Announcements, pretty straightforward, right here from the course navigation, just under the Home tab. Once the course officially launches, you'll be able to click on either the Start Here to Start Course button, or you'll be able to click on the from the home page, or you'll be able to click on the Modules button from the course navigation. Now, from the Modules button, you'll find that there's quite a bit of useful information for before the course even begins. There's the course tour. We've got our course schedule, which will reference some things we'll talk about here in a sec. The syllabus with all of our homework policies, late policies, course policies, so all of that. And then you'll find that there will be some what's called Succeeding with Waymaker, a module on Succeeding with Waymaker, and what that is it's a module, and we are going to be using a product called Lumen and Waymaker specifically. And so there are some instructions, some recommendations on study habits and just practicing a lot. And we're going to talk about basically the things that you'll find in here. But this is a good resource. Be sure and read through it. It can help you. But we're doing a lot of work in a short amount of time, so we do need to set some time aside. Now, once we get down finally to the actual chapter content, you'll find that in each chapter there is a study plan, an assignment or assignments, and some quiz or a quiz for that section. The study plan is meant to be formative. It's you'll get some points for it, and but you get many opportunities to work through the content. So notice we are in chapter 1, and in chapter 1 we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 main sections. And these sections are referenced in the homework for the course guide. So if we jump back over to modules and click on course schedule, you'll see on the course schedule we have homework that is due and then what we will cover in class. So in class we're going to cover material for study plan 1.1 and 1.2. And then the next class, the homework for that will be due, study plan 1.1 and 1.2. So again, to get to those study plans, we can click on modules, down to chapter 1, and then study plan. And once we're in the study plan for chapter 1, we have content. So this is going to be 1.1 and 1.2. So let's take a look. I'm going to click on 1.1, which is titled Encantado. And you'll notice that there are many activities and an introduction for this section, right? So there are many little pieces in here. So to do 1.1, you have to finish all these, okay? And you have a self-check at the end. Same thing with 1.2. You'll work through this and then complete the self-check. Now, depending on how well you do, I will be given some information based on how you're doing, right? So if you skip through really fast or jump straight to the end, the self-check, I will be notified of how you're doing, how you're working through the material, and how you're scoring and such. So there are going to be some automated messages sent to me based on not only how well you're doing, but how you go through the activities. So go through start to finish, take your time, learn the material, and do the self-check. Right? Once you've worked all the way through all of the material in the class, or in the chapter rather, you'll go back out to modules under chapter 1, and so your study plan will be complete. The next thing that you'll need to do is the assignment and the final quiz. Okay, so there's that. So there's a lot of learning that will happen in the study plan, put it to practice through the assignment, and assessed on the quiz. All right, so this is a web live class. We will be doing classes live in a web conference format, and to access that, we'll click on the Zoom button here, and when you click on the Zoom button, you'll have one option, and it'll have a join button, right? And when you click on that join button, it will take you into, the first time you do it, you'll be prompted to download a program called Zoom. Right? And after it downloads, each time afterwards, you have some windows pop up, but just answer in the affirmative for any windows that pop up so that you can gain access. Once you get to this screen, you want to click on Join with Computer Audio, right? And then we're in the room, right? And once we're in class, you will have the ability to mute your microphone down here in the corner and turn your video on and off. If you have multiple microphone options, you can click on this little arrow and select the microphone that you would like. If you have multiple speakers, you can choose the speaker that you would like to use. And if you're kind of unsure, you can click on audio settings down here, and you can test your speaker and test your microphone. These are good things to do before class, so just to make sure that your mic and speakers are good. Same thing with video. You can click on this little arrow. If you have multiple cameras, you can select which camera you would like to use. If you don't have a camera at all, you do need to get one for our class, right? We're still a week out, so make sure and get one as quickly as possible. Either borrow one from somebody, or I believe you can get one for relatively inexpensive. Even a cheap one should work fine, and most webcams come with a mic built into them. So anyhow, be sure and be able to share audio and video. There's some other things with your class, but we'll talk about those once we're in class. So I would recommend before the class starts to click on the Zoom button from our course navigation and try and get into the class. Now I'm going to be sent a notification as you do that, so that I know that students are trying to get in and they're trying it out. So, all right, I'm going to do my best to record all of our class meetings and store them here under Panopta recordings. There's nothing in there now. So that's basically what you'll be doing as far as getting into the course, doing the coursework, the study plans, the assignments and quizzes, and then joining our class virtually. Again, will be through Zoom, and the recordings of the classes will be found in the Panopta recordings. Okay. Now there are some extra things here. Don't worry about them. I'm in teacher view right now, so you're not going to have, for example, this analytics or lockdown browser or collaborations or quizzes. You're not going to have a lot of this stuff, so don't worry about that if your view is slightly different from what you're looking at now. Right, so that's kind of a quick tour of our class. I am going to make the modules available. You can read through the syllabus. We'll probably go over this the first class anyway, so again, I still have some things to kind of polish up and put together as we're getting ready for the official start of the semester, but that's a general tour of our class and how it's laid out. If you have any questions, specific questions, feel free to email, and that's it. Look forward to seeing you guys. Nos vemos hasta pronto, Y pues que disfruten el resto de tu descanso y vamos a empezar aquí pronto, ¿ok? So that means enjoy the rest of your break. We'll see you soon on the first day of our class. And yeah, email if you have any questions. Thanks. Talk to you later.